Now let's start discussing exercises related to grammar portion. So our first grammatical topic is of collective nouns. Collective nouns are words for single things that are made up of more than one person, animal, place, thing, or idea. You can't have a team without individual members. Even so, we discuss a team as a single entity. Collective noun examples are: remember that nouns are words naming people, animals, places, and things. Collective nouns are in a class all their own. Once you have read these examples, you'll find it much easier to recognize collective nouns when you see them. First is, our class took a field trip to the Natural History Museum. Second is, the herd of bison ran across the prairie, leaving a massive dust cloud in its wake. Third is, we waited anxiously for the jury to come to a verdict. Fourth is, this year's basketball team includes 3 players who are over 6 feet tall. Fifth is, Napoleon's army was finally defeated at Waterloo, and the collective nouns are in bold. So let's move on to its exercise, which is write the correct collective noun in front of its meaning and then make sentences. So we have, first one is many insects. तो इसके लिए collective noun जो use होता है वो है swarm. Second is many people, so it will be congregation. Many fish, shoal. Many ships, fleet. Many papers, bundle. Many rooms, suite. Many cards, deck. Many knives, set. So our next grammatical topic is usage of is and are. Is versus are with collective nouns. Is और are कहाँ use होते हैं, इनका nouns के साथ agreement कैसे होता है, हम इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. A collective noun refers to a group of people or things that is treated as a single entity in speech. जैसे कि हम पीछे बात कर चुके हैं, committee is a collective noun. A committee is made up of multiple people, but the word itself is singular in form. In American English, collective nouns take is. In British English, collective nouns can take is or are. The committee is considering the budget right now. The audience is getting antsy. The couple is moving to California. But even in American English, a collective noun can take are when you need to emphasize the individual members of the group. The couple are keeping secrets from each other. Now we had to emphasize, तो इसलिए हमने couple के साथ are use किया. This is the case in American English. Is versus are with mass nouns. Mass nouns, also called noun-count nouns, are similar to collective nouns. They refer to things that can't be really counted. Sand and water are mass nouns. Mass nouns take is in both American and British English. इनकी example क्या होगी? The sand is too hot to walk on. Water is our most precious resource. Pudding is very easy to make. Then is versus are with a number of, a pair of, a group of. Collecting phrases like a number of or a pair of can make it hard to choose between is and are. Which verb do you use when you're talking about a number of people? On one hand, number is singular, which calls for is, but people is plural, which calls for are. Typically, it's best to use are with a number of. You may occasionally run into a pedant who disagrees, but actual usage is on your side. A number of people are concerned about the lack of progress. तो ये हमारा correct sentence है. अगर हम लिखें a number of people is concerned about the lack of progress, ये incorrect हो जाएगा. Other collecting phrases like group of can take is when you are emphasizing the group. That group of protesters is sure to be distracting. This series of books is phenomenal. इसकी एक की ये भी हो सकती है कि जो subject of से पहले आए आप उसके साथ agreement करके is या are लगा सकते हो तो वो भी correct होगा. Let's start doing exercise related to this topic, which is choose the correct verb, mind the nouns, singular or plural. First is, ladies and gentlemen, here is or slash are the news. So news is collective. Here is the news. Where is or are my shoes? Where are my shoes? Further information is or are available in the office. Further information is available. Fourth is, the stairs is or are over there, sir. The stairs are. Fifth is, the furniture in our classroom is are uncomfortable. The furniture in our classroom is uncomfortable. Sixth is, Pakistan is are a very nice country. Pakistan is a very nice country. Your sunglasses is are on the table. Sunglasses are on the table. Homework is or are boring. Homework is boring. Ninth is, the scissors on the table is or are mine. The scissors on the table are mine. Physics are not easy. Physics is not easy. So the next question is, use the following words in sentences, once as a singular noun and then as a plural noun. हमारे पास words हैं, उसको पहले हमने singular के तौर पे sentence में use करना है and then plural के तौर पे. So first word is ox. The ox is eating grass and then the oxen is eating grass. Ox का plural oxen होता है. Second is roof. His house has a metal roof. And then all the houses have flat roofs. Third is potato. She picked up a potato and started peeling it. She put the potatoes in the oven to bake. Fourth is party. Only one party did not vote for him. All parties voted for him. Fifth is deer. We saw only one deer in the jungle. We saw many deer in the jungle. Sixth is chief. He is the chief of this country. The chiefs rely on their influence. Seventh is photo. This photo is fake. All the photos are fake. Eighth is series. A series of lectures is scheduled. 2 series of lectures are scheduled, one for experts and one for students. Ninth is wife. He has only one wife, or he has 2 wives. 10 is brother-in-law. He has only one brother-in-law. He has 2 brothers-in-law. 11th is life. Life is not a bed of roses. Dozens of lives were lost in fire. 12th is family. He has a large family to support. Families used to be larger in the past. 13th is boy. The boy is very brave. These boys are naughty. 14th is house. He bought a small house. These houses are beautiful. 15th is city. Life in a small city is always beautiful. Living in big cities is very difficult. 16th is man. The man is mortal. The men are working. 17th is child. This child is very naughty. All children are naughty. 18th is sandwich. This sandwich is hot. These sandwiches are hot. 19th is nurse. She works as a nurse in a hospital. Nurses have many duties. 20th is shelf. This shelf is used to display books. And then these shelves are used to display books. Let's move on to the next exercise, which is fill in the blanks with the correct form of the given verb in parentheses. Think about whether the noun is singular or plural. So the first is, this pair of sunglasses dash, and we have B, really expensive. I'm not paying that much. B की हमने कौन सी forms use करनी है, is या are, depending on the noun कि वो singular है या plural है. And again I told you कि of से पहले जो होता है वो आपका subject होता है, उसके हिसाब से आपने verb लगाना होता है. So ignore sunglasses. Pair जो है वो singular है, तो हम यहाँ पे is use करेंगे. Second is, these scissors dash blunt, get me another pair. These scissors are blunt. Third is, that jacket you're wearing is really nice, but those green jeans dash horrible. Jeans है तो are आएगा. Fourth is, physics dash the study of the natural world. Physics is the study of the natural world. Fifth is, a lot of the news we hear on the TV is bad. It's so depressing. Sixth is, the police dash a break-in at the National Bank last night. Police के साथ आप are use करते हो. The police are, and then we have investigate, तो साथ में आ जाएगा investigating a break-in at the National Bank last night. And then seventh is, people dash always likely to tell lies to protect themselves. People are always likely to tell lies to protect themselves. Eighth is, think carefully before you spend that amount of money. £1,000 dash a lot. £1,000 is a lot. जब हम इसको collective noun के तौर पे लेंगे, क्योंकि इसके साथ आया है, तो हम इसके साथ is लगाएंगे. Ninth is, you should try walking so far just to find an open supermarket. 3 miles dash, and we have tire you out so quickly. I'm telling you, 3 miles tires you. Again, we'll take it as a collective noun. 10th is, they have exaggerated a little with that new swimming pool. Did you see the temperature of the water? 41 degrees dash too high. 41 degrees is too high. Let's move on to another grammatical topic, which is of transitional devices. So transitional devices क्या होते हैं? Transition words are used to link ideas within sentences and sentences within paragraphs. Used correctly, transition words make writing easier to understand and more mature. Try to identify transition words when you're reading, and when you have an opportunity, use these words yourself. तो अगर हम ट्रांजिशन डिवाइसेस की बात करें, ये डिफरेंट रीजंस के लिए यूज़ की जाती हैं और डिफरेंट ट्रांजिशनल डिवाइसेस होते हैं. अगर आपको कोई आइडियाज़ ऐड करने हैं फॉर एडिशन, यू विल यूज़ एंड, अगेन, एंड देन, बिसाइड्स, इक्वली, इम्पोर्टेंट, फाइनली, फर्दर, furthermore, nor, to, next, lastly, what's more, moreover, in addition, first, second, etc. If you want to draw a comparison, the compare करने के लिए you will use whereas, but, yet, on the other hand, however, nevertheless, on the contrary, by comparison, where, compared to, up against, balanced against, vis-a-vis, but, although conversely, meanwhile, after all, in contrast, although this may be true. If you want to prove any fact, so आप use करोगे because, for, since, for the same reason, obviously, evidently, furthermore, moreover, besides, indeed, in fact, in addition, in any case, that is. To show exception, you will use yet, still, however, nevertheless, in spite of, despite, of course, once in a while, sometimes. And to show time, you will use immediately, thereafter, soon, after a few hours, finally, then, later, previously, formerly, first, second, etc., next, and then. For repetition, you will use in brief, as I have said, as I've noted, as has been noted. And for emphasizing on some point, you will use definitely, extremely, obviously, in fact, indeed, in any case, absolutely, positively, naturally, surprisingly, always, forever, perennially, eternally, never, emphatically, unquestionably, without a doubt, certainly, undeniably, without reservation, to illustrate, as an illustration. Then to show sequence, you will use first, second, third, and so forth, ABC, and so forth. Next, then, following this, at this time, now, at this point, after, afterwards, subsequently, finally, consequently, previously, before this, simultaneously, concurrently, thus, therefore, hence, next, and then, so on. To give an example, you will use for example, for instance, in this case, in another case, on this occasion, in this situation, take the case of, to demonstrate, to illustrate, as an illustration. To summarize or conclude, you will use in brief, on the whole, summing up, to conclude, in conclusion, as I have shown, as I have said, hence, therefore, accordingly, thus, as a result, yeah, consequently. So let's move on to its exercise, which is read each sentence carefully and choose the most appropriate transition to fill in the blanks in the sentence. Capitalize where necessary. So we have first sentence. You can use things you already have around the house for doll furniture dash a spool of thread can be used as a stool. So we'll use here for example. And then second is I love pizza dash most days I eat it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. I love pizza, therefore most days I eat it for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Third is, the day seemed endless while we were working on our project, but dash, the time came for us to set it aside for the day and go home. But finally, fourth is, Khan is very educated. He matriculated from high school and then earned a bachelor's degree from the local college. A few years later, he earned a master's degree. Dash, he is about to get his PhD in physics. Now, he is about to get his PhD in physics. Fifth is Gulmina and I look forward to being able to see each other again next summer. Dash will write letters to each other. Till then. Sixth is I would really like to see you again. Dash, will you join me one afternoon for lunch? When will you join me one afternoon for lunch? Seventh is I wanted to go to the movies. Dash, the tickets were already sold out. But the tickets were already sold out. Eighth is, we need to go to the store. Dash will stop at Rehan's house and pick up the hat I left there yesterday. This will stop at Rehan's house. So the next exercise is, create an original sentence or pair of sentences using the transitions indicated. So we have meanwhile. इसका हम sentence बना सकते हैं. My mother went for shopping. Meanwhile, I cleaned the house. For example, so you can use any two colors. For example, red and yellow. Third is consequently. My car broke down and consequently I was late. Fourth is without a doubt. She is without a doubt the best tennis player I know. Fifth is therefore. Their car is big and therefore more comfortable. So these were the sentences. Next is time, order, process, transition words. So these are simple words which you can use in your writings to make it look more effective and mature. And these are first, second, later, next, as soon as, during, when, after, then, finally, meanwhile, last, by the time, over time. So you can do an exercise जिसमें आप अपनी writing में ये use कर सकते हैं. So with this we have come towards the end of our today's video lecture. I hope जो भी आज हमने पढ़ा वो आपको clarity के साथ समझ आया होगा. Inshallah we'll be talking about some new topics in our next video. Till then, take care. This is Maha, your English instructor, signing out.